So before starting into Informatica, so Informatica is a tool, right? We are aware it's a tool. We will call it as a ETL tool. So where exactly we are going to use this tool? Any idea?
Can you repeat the question?
Informatica, it's a ETL tool, right? We are calling it as a ETL tool. So
Right.
where exactly we are going to use all these tools? What is the purpose of these tools?
Oh, so it's extract, transform, and load, right? So, probably we're going to extract the data, okay, from the different data sources, and we're going to transform, okay, the way we want to do it, whether it's XML transform or maybe the data transform or some flat file structures which also we have. So maybe transform that data, okay, and then load into wherever we want to load on one of the analytical systems we can use for our business purpose.
Yeah. So why we are doing those ETL process? What is the reason behind the ETL process? Why we need to extract data from one database and why we need to load data into another database?
Right. So,
for business requirement, Sampath.
Yeah.
It's like currently one system may have data in some format, and we need to analyze the data and feed it to another system in some other format. Okay, through Informatica, as Naveen said, will be transforming the data. The data that sits in the data warehouse will analyze it and will load into a destination system, a target system.
Okay.
That's correct, Sampath. And another reason is that most of the operational data, right, they are highly normalized data, and for analyze that data, right, we need in a different format, so that we can run the report and all these things. So that's another reason. And sometimes we want to run the analysis on consolidated data. So maybe our data source is not just the one database, but it's maybe scattered over the different systems, right, or business units. So we want to put everything together, and then it makes sense to run that particular reports for our corporate benefits. So that could be the another reason.
Yes. So why you are doing those analysis? Let's say we are extracting data from one database, we are transforming and we are loading into another database. From there we are telling you are going to analyze, right? What is the purpose of analysis?
For taking business decisions.
Yes. So
for taking business decisions and predicting the future.
Yeah. So if you see, so you can able to see my screen, right? Both of you?
Yes, we can see that. Sampath, are you good with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. See, if you see, let's say, just I will give you a simple example. Let's say I have an insurance company. Okay. Let's say I have 100 millions of customers in my organization. Okay. This data we are trying to extract that from our OLTP systems. As you said, we are going to extract data and we are going to keep this data. This is our OLTP source systems. Okay, and we are going to load it into this data into a data warehousing. Once the data is available in the data warehousing, all 100 millions of customers data, we can analyze the data. The purpose of analysis is, let's say, if you are running a business, right? So to run your business, always what you will do some media publicity, some ads. For running business purpose, they are going to do some media publicity, ads, some roadside campaigns they will follow, right? Is there any way to get new customers from the existing customers? Let's say already we have 100 millions of customers. Is there any way to get new customers? So see, if you see, just a simple example, let's say we have an insurance company and we have 100 millions of customers. To get new customers, always we are going to do some media publicity, ads, campaigns and everything. So is there any way to get new customers from the existing customers? How you will get new customers from the existing customers?
By analyzing the existing customers' data.
Yes. So how you will analyze the data? Like how you will analyze the data? See, we cannot contact all the 100 million. Yes, we cannot contact all the 100 millions blindly on the monthly basis, right? can you please your friends or
Yeah,
can you
yeah.
please relatives? That's not the correct way of approaching existing customers, because we should not disturb our customers. We have to provide better service, right? So how you will contact all your 100 million customers?
Yeah, like maybe we'll take some records having some conditions. It's like if a customer is with the company for past 5 years, maybe we'll take those customers and we'll analyze the data by giving some bonus, or if you join someone, you will get this one. Maybe joining their family members, something like that.
Yes. So just
Can you repeat your question, Srikant?
Sampath is asking how we will analyze the existing data to get the new customers. I told him maybe we'll take the customers who are with the company for past few years and we'll analyze those records and we'll try to give some bonus or try to give some perks kind of thing to get the new customers from them. We won't analyze the 100 million records. Maybe we'll take some 1 million records which are satisfying our criteria, and we'll put some business.
Get on some criteria, we are going to analyze the data. Simple. See here, I will give you a simple example. So every customer, whenever he is going to take a policy, is going to provide its dependence on its details. Definitely, that's a mandatory, right? So I'm going to generate a report like how many customers' kids are going to become majors in the coming month. Okay, let's say I have 100 million of customers in the coming November month. How many customers' kids are going to become majors? Let's say you are getting 1 lakh customers data. Take this 1 lakh customers data, generate a report and give it to marketing team. Marketing team, what they will do, they will contact all these customers. Congratulations sir, your kid is going to become major in the coming month. You are an existing privileged customer with us. Why don't you take a new policy with us? So that's the one way of approaching, right? Just we are going to analyze our existing customers. So that monthly report you are going to run it. Say let's say November you have that report, and in the month of December also you are going to do it. Maybe December you have 2 lakh people. Okay, fine. Coming to in the month of January, let's say you have 10 lakh people. Then yes, the normal monthly process will be you are going to generate this report and you are going to give this data to the marketing team. But there is a huge volume in the market in the month of January. Then you can analyze the data. Your business analyst, they will analyze, they will generate different reports. Let's say if I am going to give 25% discount on the policy premium, how much market we can capture? Or if I provide 50% discount, how much market we can capture? Let's say if I provide 50% discount, if you get at least 5 lakh policies, okay, what will be the profit and loss to the organization in the current year? Because we are going to give 50% discount, right? Definitely you will have some profits. But next 20 years, because of these 5 lakh people, what is the profit? Okay, so and last year we provided 25% discount. At that time only we captured just 20% of the customer. Why? There we failed last year. So what we have to do this year when you are giving 50% discount? So we are going to generate different reports that from once the data is available in your data warehousing, your reporting people will come. Maybe they are going to use Cargo, Hyperion, SAS, MicroStrategy, videos, whatever the tools, they are going to generate different reports. Your high-level management team is going to take a decision. That is the reason the data warehouse we are going to call it as a decision-making system. By giving 25, if you provide 25% discount, maybe you will get 2 lakh people. By getting 2 lakh people, this is the profit and loss in the current financial year, and next 20 years you will have this much profits because of these 2 lakh people. If you provide 50% discount, this is the analysis, this is the forecasting. So they will take the decision. Fine. So this is a simple example in general life. Okay. So this is the purpose of the data warehouse and the decision making system. So here to here, who is loading data? Using Informatica, any ETL tool, not only Informatica, using Informatica to load the data. Once the data is available in your data warehousing using your reporting tools, like I said, right, BOs are going to have a different kinds of reports. Okay. Here your Informatica is coming into picture. Informatica, it's a ETL. We are going to extract data from our source. Maybe you can have different source systems. We are going to transform the data and we are going to put data into your warehouse. Clear, guys?
Yeah. So, Sampath, I have one question.
Yes.
Yeah, so ETL tool will work on only the static data that sits in the OLTP system, and it will take the data and it will put in the data warehousing, right?
Yes.
Static data only it will work.
What is static and dynamic in your meaning?
I mean, dynamic means continuously changing data.
Yes.
Static means once the batch is completed, some data will be sits there in some location wherein Informatica will pull the data and it will put into data warehousing.
Okay, so the day-by-day changing request, what is going to happen? That's what your question, right? Let's say you are a customer with the ICICI Bank. Maybe you are changing your address or something. What is going to happen? Or you are doing some transaction, right? What is going to happen, right? So from where
That is, yeah, day by day is fine. Maybe when we have, let's say, suppose in mainframe language, if you say nightly batch, after the nightly batch will run, it will update all the transactions that happen during the day in some source location.
Yes.
Okay. After that, Informatica will pull the data from source location and it will load into data warehouse.
Exactly.
Is that correct?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The static data means when we are running the Informatica process, the data is not changing. It will work on only static data, right?
No. See, even though some records are going to update during your runs, that updated date will have some other different time, right? Let's say I am going to touch my OLTP around 6:30.
Okay.
Before 6:30, whatever the data I have, I am going to extract that. Maybe during the job running, maybe some records are going to update. Those data will have definitely 631 or 632 or fraction of seconds also difference, right? Those records will be picked up in the next run.
Okay.
So you will have the fraction of time difference also.
Okay.
You got the
Okay.
point? Yeah.
So, Sampath, so is there any way we can provide the real-time analysis, like something happens, right, and I want that should be immediately reflected?
See, if you see, there are different OLTP systems, right? Let's say you are going to have different OLTP systems. There is some maybe you hear of some golden gateway application or something. There is a golden gateway application. So we are going to have another database in real time. Then we are discussing all the data warehousing concept we will discuss with. So we don't know when the data is going to update here. This is my OLTP source. So whenever there is a transaction, immediately you are going to install that golden gateway application on your source system. So from here to here, whenever there is a change in your source system, automatically your golden gateway application will capture the changed records and it will put it into the logs. That record will be writing into staging immediately.
Okay.
From staging you can use any ETL tool to load data into your data warehouse.
So what is the staging here?
Staging, it's a database. The purpose of staging I will tell you. Sorry. This is a ETL process. So you can use any ETL tool. Here what is going to happen is, maybe in the OLTP systems, the frequently it's going to update the data every 3 seconds or 5 seconds. The golden gateway, what it is going to do is, every 3 seconds or 5 seconds, it is going to take the data, change your data, it is going to load data into your staging. You can run your ETL process on daily basis, but from source to staging, you are going to have very real-time data. Some real-time golden creative application is going to refresh data and it will keep the data. Coming to staging, the purpose of staging is, let's say you are running a business, right? You can have data from different databases, different source system. In each and every data warehousing projects, definitely you will have a staging area, because these are your OLTPs, right? And different source systems you are going to have. Let's say this is my Oracle, and maybe this is my Teradata, or maybe this is my SQL server, or some other DB2, or some flat file system, whatever it may be. The date formats are different. Just I will try to give you simple example. Here maybe I am using DD, YYY format. Here maybe DD, YY format. Here maybe you are having month, DD, YY format. So this is one example. And from this source system, maybe you are getting employees male or female. If it is male, you are getting 0, or if it is female, you are getting 0. Because it's a very old legacy system. That time they developed like 01 or 02. Here maybe you are getting male or female. Here maybe you are getting M or F. Or maybe from source systems you are getting first name and last name. From other source system you are getting first name, middle name and last name. So at the end of the day, here you are going to have only male or female, or maybe you are going to have DD, a single format, or maybe you can have a full name format, right? So different databases having different types of data. The format of the data is different. Just we are going to keep the data in a single format, and also all these source systems are in different zones. Maybe this is from USA, this is from EMEA region, and this is from Asia Pacific region. From staging, you can schedule your job to run on a daily basis. Okay, I am going to execute my job from here to here on 24 hours frame. But here to here, the time zones are different, right? Maybe here it is extracting data from some employee tables from US region. And here also I am going to have the employee from different region, right? So I can extract. And sometimes you are going to get the data from your OLTP systems. Your OLTP systems will not allow you to create indexes. Maybe just your database experts, right? I will give you. Let's say I am going to extract data from A, B, C and D tables. The requirement will be, in my source system I have tables here. This is one table, A table, this is B table, this is C table and this is D table. The requirement will be, we need to extract data from your OLTP source system ABCD tables. I want to load data into my target, let's say. This is your source and this is your target. You are going to develop a program to load data from here to here. Maybe your source system having 4 tables, A, B, C, D tables. The requirement will be, we need to join all these ABCD tables and we need to load data into my target. See, you are going to extract data by joining number of tables and you are going to load the data into ABCD table. The query you are going to write, maybe the select star from A comma where A dot ID equal to B dot ID and B dot ID equal to C dot ID and C dot ID equal to D dot ID. This is the requirement. See, you are going to get data from your source system and you are going to load data into your warehouse, okay, your target system. Maybe the source you need to join number of tables, but when you are trying to join these ABCD tables, the source is a OLTP system, right? You are going to join OLTP source systems and you are trying to execute this query on your OLTP source, you are going to put some more burden on your OLTP system. They don't allow you. And when you are going to join these tables, maybe the source tables are not defined with proper indexes. But when you are trying to join ABCD tables, if you don't have a proper indexes on the joining column, A.id equal B.id and B.id equal C.id, the performance is going to down, right?
Mm-hmm.
You will not have a good performance if you don't have a proper indexes on your joining column. Then how you will handle? And your source system, let's say if you try to create proper indexes on your source system, they don't allow you, because that is a different team, right? The purpose is OLTP. So that is the reason we are going to have a staging area. What we are going to do is, from source to staging, we are going to do a simple pass-through mappings. Let's say I will tell you. Yes, we have ABCD tables. Okay. Now we have the staging here. This is your OLTP source system. Now here in staging also I am going to create some ABCD tables. Okay. I am going to load data from A to A, B to B, C to C. I am going to develop different programs or mappings using Informatica, some other ETL tool. Just I am trying to load data from A to A, B to B directly, C to C, and D to D. So whatever the data I have in the OLTP database, just replica of tables I am going to create in the staging area. I am going to load A to A, B to B, C to C, D to D. This is your own database, right? Now you can create your own ABCD tables in your staging area with your required indexes.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can do whatever you want. You can join ABCD tables and load the data into your target. So we are not keeping burden on your OLTP systems now. Agree? Just we are going to extract the data from A to A and keep it here. Once the data is ready in your staging, do whatever you want. You are independent from your OLTP systems now. So that is without staging you will not have a data warehousing system. It's a mandatory area. Okay? Clear, guys?
Okay.
So this is all about
the purpose of the staging is to first get the data copy, right? The operational data copy, so where we can do whatever the cleaning and the formatting over there.
Yes, exactly. Just we are going to have very transformation means I told you, right? Maybe you are going to get different types of formats, data formats, or maybe some, if you see old legacy systems, female or male, they will get 01 or 02. Still it's there. If you go to old systems. We need to keep area.
So tell me one thing, Sampath, that when we are putting the data in staging, right, at that time we try to clean up the data, or when we are moving, like let's say the date format, right? Different data sources have different date format, and let's say whatever the male and female, one is using 01, 02, one is using F and M and F. So that we are going to clean up when we are putting into staging, or that we're going to clean up when we are putting from staging to data.
Here to here itself we are going to change.
Okay.
This type of, because you are getting a 01 or 02 from US region, and you are getting male or female from EMEA region, and the zones are different, right? From EMEA region, if you say we need to extract data in a specific time once they are done with their business hours. Coming to EMEA region, the timings are different, right?
Right.
So from source, if you see, from source to here, maybe if you follow single time, here to here you are going to execute your job. From US region, maybe it is at evening 6 a.m. But here, maybe that is midnight, because this is Asia specific region. Or afternoon you are going to execute this job. By here, but end of the day, if you see 24 hours time frame, you will get all the 3 regions data in your staging. From here to here, a single job. And
I do. I got that. What I'm asking,
I understand. 01, 02, yes, you are going to change it here itself. Once the the data is coming into staging area, right? You will have
Okay.
male or female. That's it. Single format data.
Okay. So what is the best practice? Whether we're gonna have a separate table for separate source, or we're gonna have a common table for separate source? What is the best practice?
Yes. So different project, different architectures. In your staging also, yes, you can have replica of employee from US region and replica of employee from EMEA region. Some organizations, they will maintain different 3 tables.
Okay.
Or maybe your staging itself going to have one more column. It's a replica of your source system, but one more column. What is the region column? Maybe EMEA region data or US region data. If you can query your staging table, yeah, you can able to find out US data, right? You will have the one more column. So
Yeah, we can have just one source column, right? And we can label that for the different system it's coming up. We can
Exactly.
label source 1, source 2, and then
Exactly.
probably-
So I worked in an organization. They have the source column definition, and few staging tables they are going to maintain for 3 regions. Maybe some other purpose. So different approaches, because it's a staging, right? How you feel comfortable, go ahead and proceed.
Yep, makes sense. Thanks.
Okay. Yes. Now coming to Informatica. Just if you see Informatica. Let's say Informatica, it's a ETL tool, right? We are going to install Informatica on our machines. You are going to get 2 components. One is client and server, and the minimum requirement will be, if you want to install Informatica on your systems, any system, first you should have a RDBMS database installed. Not a network IDBMS or IMSDB. Just you should install any RDBMS database. So after installing RDBMS database, as part of Informatica installation, you are going to have the backend services, repository service and integration service, and you are going to have, see, already I have installed the RDBMS database. As part of Informatica installation, the tool is going to create some 522 system tables for you. That set of 522 system tables, we are calling it as a repository. Okay, that is part of the installation. And coming to clients, we are going to have the repository manager. This is the one of the client tool. And Informatica, we are calling it as Informatica, right? Actually, it's Informatica Corporation. They released this component as Informatica Power Center. But just we will call it as Informatica. They are going to have different tools in the market, products from Informatica. Even they have some testing tools, some reporting tools, but they are not successful. Only the ETL tool is successful. Just we will call it as Informatica. The original product name is Informatica Power Center. So the very first client tool is Mapping Designer. So go here. I have installed Informatica in my system. You can see the client and services. The client, the very first tool is, I told you, right, Informatica Power Center Repository Manager. Just we will call it as a repository manager or Informatica Repository Manager. This is my repository. I have installed Informatica on my system. As part of Informatica installation, I have created 522 system tables in my database. That is nothing but my repository. Now,
So Sampath, all these 522 tables are part of the relational data which we installed?
yes, relational. Yes, all these are relational tables.
Okay.
See, just I am trying to connect to my repository by providing user account and password. Connect. It will be connected. And if you see, you can have different folders. All these are the folders. So, whenever you are trying to connect from your front-end GUI tool, the communication will send from repository manager to repository service, and repository service will communicate with the repository database. Okay, now you connected to repository database. After connecting to repository database, now here what you can do, let's say you can create it's a complete admin tool, repository manager. The name itself it's indicating, right, to manage your repository. In your repository, yes, you can create folders. You are going to manage your repository. Let's say I have sales marketing, right? Let's say create a finance folder. Maybe we are going to start a new project, finance. See, the folder has been successfully created. And who is going to work in this finance project? Maybe you are part of one project, right? For you, you will have a Informatica account access, ID and password. When you log in into repository, as you are working in the finance, you will have only access to finance. Even though you have access to some other sales or something, just you will have view access. But for your folder, you are going to have read, write and executable access. So all this, creating users, creating groups, creating folders, the deployment process also is going to take care by Informatica admin. This is the complete Informatica admin tool, not a developer's tool. Clear, guys? So we can do all admin activities here. The next client tool is, we are going to call it as a mapping designer. Why? Yes.
Can we go back to the admin tool? So admin tool is like the purpose, like creating the folders and setting up the role and permissions.
Yes.
Okay. So about the connections, right? That also done by the admin or done by the client tool, like the database.
It's a developer, right? See, admin don't know, right? With how many source systems you are going to deal. That is part of your development work, right? You are going to connect to your source system. That is your development work. So,
okay, so
yeah, the connections and everything, we are going to do it from our designer tools.
Okay.
Yeah. The next client tool is mapping designer we have. Here, what you are going to do, what is the purpose of using Informatica, why you are using Informatica? Informatica, I am going to use it as a ETL tool to extract data from a source and to load data into my target system. That is the purpose, right? Maybe I have a source Teradata and I have a target SQL server. So here in your mapping designer, we are going to develop a program. A program is nothing but a mapping in Informatica terminology. If you go to data stage or ab initio, they will call it as a graph or stage. Different tools, different terminology. In general life, we will call it as a program. In Informatica terminology, it is a mapping. So we are going to create a mapping to extract data from our source systems and to load data into my target system. I developed a program and I am going to save that program. Whenever you are developing a program, that program will have some metadata, right? Whenever you are going to save it, again, the information will be saved into repository tables and the communication channel through repository service, the backend. Once we are done with your development work, then we have a workflow manager tool. Here, we created a mapping, right? We created a program. How you are planning to execute that program? Let's say I want to execute my job on daily basis or weekly basis or monthly basis or daily, every hour I want to execute my job. Or you are going to have different programs or different mappings, mapping 1, mapping 2, mapping 3. After completion of mapping 1 and mapping 2, I want to start mapping 3. The dependency level, and after completion of mapping 1, I need to send mail to some business people. Maybe they are waiting for this data. Data is loaded in so and so database. Please go ahead and check the data. Or in any case, the job is going to fail. The mapping 1 is going to fail. I need to send mail to support team automatically. So all this dependency information, the scheduling information, the execution part, everything we will do it from the workflow manager tool. Okay. So we are going to set up the dependency, the scheduling and everything from the workflow manager, and we are going to save it. Again, the scheduling instructions. I want to execute this job on daily basis, some other jobs on weekly basis, some other jobs on monthly basis. Everything will be saved into your repository. Fine. Just we are done with our development work. Now you can go ahead and execute your job. Whenever you are going to execute your job, see, your source system is there, your target system is there. We are dependent from your source and target. We are independent. We are not connecting to your source and target. Now you are going to execute your job. Whenever you are going to execute your job, the backend integration service is a standalone system now. Okay, the integration service is going to come into picture in the execution time. It is going to communicate with your repository service because you are trying to execute your program. Whenever trying to execute the job, the complete job information will be in your repository. Okay, the integration service will communicate with your repository. From the repository tables, whatever the program is developed, right, the data will be there in the repository tables. From there, it will take the code. As per the code, it is going to connect to your source system. And it is going to extract data, and it is going to transform the data, the extracted data, it will load data into your target system. And each program automatically will create a log file, right? Here integration service also going to create a log file after completion of the job. So you will have complete information in the log file, like status of the job, how many records we have extracted, 100 records, how many records loaded, 90 records, 10 records are rejected. What is the reason for rejected? Who executed this job? When it was executed? How much time it took? In case of failures, what is the reason for failures? In case of rejections, what is the reason for rejection? So you will have complete information in the log file. We have one more tool, that is monitor. See, you are going to execute your job, right? From there you will monitor the status of the job, whether it is in the running state or it is in the terminated state or it is failed or it is successful. There should be another tool, right, to monitor your jobs. This is the workflow monitor. You can see the status of the job and everything. The statistics you can get. So these are the 4 kind tools we are going to work as part of the development. And coming to repository, it's a complete
I have one
admin
question.
tool. Yes. Yeah. Coming to repository manager, it's admin tool. You will have very limited access in the real time. Yeah. Tell me. What's your question?
Yeah, the question is like all these OLTP systems and the staging system, where it will falls in this diagram. I mean, in the repository, whatever the diagram we have, right?
Repository is your tool. See, your source and target systems, right? This is your source system,
Okay.
right? That is your any source system you can communicate. Here, just I kept one source system, right? You can communicate with any source system. You can have different source systems. You are going to develop programs to extract data from different source systems, and you are trying to load data into different targets or different aspects, anything.
Okay. So all these 522 tables will have the access related and the groups related information only.
Exactly. Your metadata, this is not your source or target database. That is your own database. Here Informatica is going to put all your work metadata related stuff. See, the Oracle database we are connecting. Let's say you are going to create a new user, right? Where that information is saving? That information will be saved in backend system tables, right? The input system tables it will be saved. But the coming to create a table and the data, that is different. And your system tables are here also. The 522 tables are nothing but your system tables.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not clear about the integration service, right?
See,
so when that
see, all these are the back-end services. The front-end, just we are going to work on these 4 kind tools. This just we need to understand the back-end architecture, right? What is happening exactly when we are going to execute. But these are the components as part of the Informatica integration, the Informatica installation. You will get all these components.
Okay.
So see again, we have a.
So again. So integration services will be that component will come in pictures only when we want we are done with our development and want ready to run.
Exactly, in the execution time it will come into picture.
Okay.
So far it's a standalone service.
So that particular component is on the client side or on the admin side? There are two, right? Client and admin side.
Sorry?
So this particular component is on the client side or admin side? Admin side, right? The integration service.
Admin side. See, under server are services, right? The repository service and integration services are the back-end services. For you, just you can able to see the front-end client tools. those are back-end process. When you are saving, when you are developing, what is going to happen? The communication we have. See, the front-end tool I have here. Let's say I disconnect from this folder. Okay, see, just I am opening my Informatica clients. The Power Center repository manager I am opening. Click OK. Fine. These are the repositories I have. Just select any of the repository. Try to provide user ID and password. Maybe provide some wrong password. What is happening? From there you are getting this error message. Whenever you are trying to connect to that repository manager, the communication, whenever you are typing user ID and password and trying hit connect, communication will send from here to there and there to here. The repository tables will check for the provided user ID and password. You don't have the exact user ID and password, you are going to get the error message. Let's say if you pass exact user ID and password, then it will be connected. So immediately the communication will go from here to there. Yes, now you have connected. Do whatever you want, creating folders. In the same way you are connecting to designer. You are going to develop the program. You have the source system, you have the target system.
Okay.
Based on your source and target systems, you are going to create mappings and jobs. And here you can schedule the jobs and everything. So far your integration service is a standalone system. In the runtime, who is going to communicate with your source system? Who is going to extract data from your source system? And who is going to load data into your target system? Informatica, right? Internally, Informatica is having a component called integration service. In the runtime, it will take care about the ETL process. Extract the data and transform the data, and as per the logic, it will extract the data, transform, and it will load the data, and it will create the log file, and you can access that log file using another client tool, workflow mounted.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the 4 client tools, and coming to the material, I will show you the course content. So it's going to take not 45 hours. Initially it took 45 hours. Later I have a PPTs. So we can able to complete in 30 to 35 hours. We are going to provide complete lab practice grade and all the topics with PPTs I will show you. These are the introduction to data warehousing. What is normalization rules, OLTP, decision support system, Kimball and Inman approaches, dimension fact, data modeling. So I'm coming to Informatica 7 to 8 architecture, 8 to 9 differences. What are the new features from version to version, and complete Informatica with all real-time situations.
Okay.
So all these are the Informatica components. And just I'm going to cover you the purpose of Unix in the data warehousing. At the same time, I'm going to cover you the purpose of scheduling tools. If you see, your organization is going to have Informatica, Cognos, or any tools, right? Internally, we have the scheduling options, but companies will depend on the third-party scheduling tools like DAC or Control-M. Why? So, this is the course content. And if you see the PPTs.
Oh, so we do have a scheduling tool in Informatica as well.
Yes, we have the internal scheduling tools. Each tool, Informatica data says they're providing the scheduling options, but companies will depend on the third-party scheduling tools. They don't use internal scheduling options. Why? What are the advantages and disadvantages we have?
Okay.
You will get interview questions. Why we are paying lakhs of amount for Informatica scheduling, Informatica license, right? Why you are not using those scheduling options? What are the disadvantages? What are the advantages with the third-party scheduling tools? We'll discuss.
Okay.
And see, when you are executing your job, you are going to extract data and we are going to transform and we are going to load, right? So, you are executing job, so the data in the source system is coming to the target system. But what about data, the step-by-step process? Let's say you have a complex mapping, how the data is going to transform. So, you will have the complete step-by-step process. Using this PPT in the runtime, what is happening? The first ticket is coming. So it is going from here to there, how it is going from one source to another target, in between how the data is going to transform. So I have all the PPTs for critical topics. So easily you will understand the subject. So it will give you the pictorial representation, like step by step what is happening actually with your program when you are executing the job. Okay.
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 So
Sampath, do we have debugger in this?
yes, we have the debugger. Yes.
Okay, okay. And one more
Just like
thing,
a
like if
debugger.
I want to do certification.
Sorry.
Hello. Yeah, if you want to do certification, the basic Informatica certification, the basic level.
Yes. The whatever the course I am covering, right? With this course,
Okay.
you will get 90% of the job. Coming to certification, you can able to clear up to 60 or 70%. I can say, because if you want to go into certification, you have to go with Informatica installation, some backend admin stuff, and very minute level you have to go through the complete reference guides you have to go, the subject, right, the theoretical part you have to concentrate more, because the practical experience I am going to give you the complete real time, but if you are going for certification you have to go into very basic theoretical level. So whatever the course I am covering, you can able to clear, guarantee 70% you can able to clear. Remaining 30% you have to go through the materials, the complete theoretical stuff. Okay.
Okay, okay. The guidance will be there, right? Like for doing this.
Yeah, material you will get, and whenever you are registering for Informatica, right, automatically they will send the required material. Okay.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean the certification kind of guidance.
Yes.
So, even I believe that with the practical knowledge, right, if you like understand the things thoroughly, you will be able to answer the tricky questions when you will be giving your certifications exams, and
Yes,
you will be answers anything which is
level. What about Informatica installation and the back about the complete architecture components you have to go. Maybe you don't know, right, from where you are going to get questions. So the theoretically you should be expert actually.
Okay.
Whatever the course I designed, right, I designed with complete the real-time exercises. How real-time, how you are going to extract data in the real-time, we discussed, right? Second to second without missing the data we are going to extract. The complete parameterized concept and everything we are going to cover it. The dynamic approach. But
Okay.
going into certification, you will have very basic level questions. You understand, right?
Yeah, okay. Like how difficult it is, I just want to understand.
It's easy. It's easy. You can do it. That's not a problem.
Okay.
So Sampath, I have one more question. So do we have some kind of exercise session where actually we can do the real thing, okay, and okay, we can do and then come up with the questions that okay, we tried that and couldn't map that thing to that particular table or couldn't transform it to that.
Okay, so what's your question? I didn't.
Okay, so like in this the session when you are going to start, right? Like there are like a couple of sessions we need to, because there are so many things we need to cover, right? Like they are like so
Yeah, I understand. You are doing some practice. If you are going to have some questions, how, right?
Right.
Yes, sir. Next questions, next sessions, you can have your questions.
Okay.
The next class you can have all the questions. You can clear all your questions. And anyway, we are going to send you the recording sessions, right? You can open the recording session and you go. Let's say today we are doing some exercise. Maybe once we are done with the class, we are going to do the same exercise, right? Or you can do some more exercises with by creating your own data or whatever it may be. If you have any questions, just go through the recording sessions and clear it, and you can.
Okay.
No, I was just wondering about the practical session, right? Practical sessions means the real time when like we are like doing. Yeah, let's say we have the Informatica installed, okay.
See, I'm going to do exercises from my end, and I will show you the complete thing from my end. So once class is over, you can do the same exercise in your missions. When you are having some issues, we can discuss in our next class, or you can go through the recording sessions, the same day recording sessions. And if you have any questions, you will get answers from the recording sessions itself.
Okay, I got that. So what's about when I want to share my screen, or maybe we want to show something, right? Let's say, look, we did that, and we are
Yes,
having.
you can see this is now I am sharing your screen, sharing my screen, right? If you want, we can
Right.
also share.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know whether you are comfortable transferring the control.
Yes,
Okay.
I understand. See,
Okay.
if any students are going to have any issues, I will connect to their system and I will fix it. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Okay, I appreciate your time. Thanks,
Okay,
Sampath.
so that is all about demo. And coming to my profile, just I have 8 years of experience and I'm an Informatica certified professional. From last 3.5 years, I'm into trainings. Still I'm working. The part time I'm dealing with trainings because just I'm interested with this field. So okay, so
Cool.
that's all.
Great. Thanks a lot for your time, Sampath.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Sampath.